Look at a modern African lion. The broad chest, the short tawny coat, and especially the thick, dark mane. Every inch of this iconic silhouette is adapted for life on the sun-baked savannas. It is a specialist of the warm weather ecosystem. This chart shows the evolutionary family tree of the Panthera genus. Trace it back about 1.85 million years, and you find a split. While one lineage stayed south to eventually become the modern lion we know, a different branch migrated deep into the harsh, freezing north of Eurasia. That northern branch evolved into Panthera spelaea, the Eurasian cave lion, and it grew enormous. Side by side, early cave lions were up to 25% larger than modern African lions, weighing over 1,000 pounds and standing 4 feet at the shoulder. For centuries, the physical record was restricted to fragmented skeletons and ancient human art. The people who shared their world captured them in vivid detail, showing one striking feature: adult males depicted consistently without manes. But charcoal drawings and fossilized skulls can only tell us so much. Without physical tissue, we couldn't sequence their DNA or confirm their true appearance. We lacked the biological evidence to determine if they were an overgrown tiger or a truly unique branch of the cat family. That ambiguity ended in the Siberian permafrost. Over the last decade, collapsing ice walls have revealed something incredible: mummified cave lion cubs, nicknamed Sparta, Boris, and Yuyan. They had been sealed inside frozen landslides for up to 55,000 years. Entombment in oxygen-deprived ice acts like a perfect pause button on biology. The extreme cold halted decomposition entirely, keeping hair, soft tissue, and even microscopic cellular structures intact for tens of thousands of years. Paleogenomics identifies Panthera spelaea as a unique evolutionary lineage. It stands as a genetically distinct sister species that had been geographically and biologically separate from modern lions for over 1 million years. The mummies provide a direct look at the animal's physical adaptations. The cubs were covered in a dense grayish-yellow undercoat. A specialized layer of compressed, wavy down evolved to trap body heat in sub-zero temperatures. With their DNA mapped and their coats confirmed, the cave lion moved from the realm of artistic myth into a reality of hard science. It was a cold-adapted killing machine, perfectly equipped for the Ice Age. That frozen world was the Mammoth Steppe. During the Pleistocene epoch, this continuous arid grassland stretched all the way from Western Europe, across Asia, and over the Bering land bridge into North America. Surviving here meant entering the carnivore guild, an intensely competitive hierarchy of ancient predators. Cave lions shared this brutal landscape with massive cave hyenas and highly resilient, thick-coated ancient wolves, all competing for the same scarce resources. Survival dictated distinct hunting strategies. While wolf packs relied on long-distance endurance running to exhaust their targets across the open snow, cave lions operated alone or in small groups, using stealth and overwhelming burst strength to ambush. Their primary targets were large, heavily muscled herbivores like wild horses and reindeer. Taking down these massive, cold-hardened animals in wide-open terrain required incredible explosive power, which explains the extreme physical bulk of the cave lion. That massive frame made them the kings of the Mammoth Steppe, but it also made them absolute specialists. Their entire existence depended on a constant, abundant supply of large, slow-breeding megafauna. Then, a new rival entered the ecosystem. Hominins, first Neanderthals and later early modern humans, migrated onto the steppe. Highly adaptable and armed with tools, they were the first true threat to the big cats. Early humans held a deep psychological reverence for the cave lion. We see this in their art. They carved intricate ivory figures like the Lowenmensch, a creature with a human body and a lion's head, proving the cat's powerful grip on the ancient human imagination. But reverence didn't stop them from killing. Archaeological digs in German and Spanish caves reveal cave lion bones covered in deep cut marks. Humans were actively hunting them, driving spears through their ribs to butcher them for meat and strip their thick pelts for winter clothing. For the first time in its evolutionary history, the cave lion was caught in a two-front war. It had to compete with wolves and hyenas for food, while simultaneously dodging the deadly, coordinated ambushes of human hunters. This delicate balance shattered roughly 14,000 years ago. The global climate began to warm rapidly, marking the end of the Pleistocene epoch. The rising temperatures physically destroyed the Mammoth Steppe. The vast open grasslands where lions relied on explosive sprints to hunt began to shrink. The frost receded, and the landscape was overtaken by dense, closed forests. This is a graph of the total megafaunal biomass from that era. As the open plains vanished, the populations of wild horses and reindeer plummeted, and the cave lion's genetic code shows a severe population bottleneck, with their numbers crashing alongside their prey. They were caught in a fatal squeeze. Starvation weakened the surviving prides. Highly adaptable wolf packs outcompeted them for whatever small game was left, and expanding human populations hunted the stragglers. By 13,000 years ago, the cave lion lineage flatlined. The Eurasian cave lion was physically refined for the cold, open steppe. But that same specialization anchored its survival to a world that was disappearing, leaving behind only bones in the dark and ghosts in the permafrost.